What's up guys, it's Aaron from Inkie Beard, and this is a video I'm doing again. I did this one a little while ago, but I lost the footage, so I'm doing it again. I'm reviewing some of the notebooks that I have. I did on a stream recently, or not so long ago. I just went through some of the notebooks that I had on my desk, and I think it was about 15, I think. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go through and see which ones of these I like, see how their paper holds up against a myriad of different pens and markers, and also like rubbing out stuff, using some pencils and whatnot. And I'm just going to kind of go through each notebook and see which one is better or best for what. Because I love a good notebook, and I'm trying to kind of find the one that I want to use all the time for most of my note taking. So at the moment I have this awesome notebook from one of my Twitch subscribers, Evie. If you're watching, thank you so much for this one. She sent this with a calligraphy set, which I will be trying in the notebook. I need to practice my calligraphy because my handwriting is pretty shocking, and it's usually because I don't take my time. So thank you so much for that. But I'm not 100% sure on how you would pronounce this. I'm gonna guess it's Stalogy, maybe? It's made in Japan, but it kind of has this weird ellipsis above the... Is that an ellipsis? No, what's that? I can't remember what that's called. But anyway, so it is a 365-day notebook. It's got grid lines, which is really cool. It has very, very nice paper. That is one of the things that I will be probably talking about a lot. If you've watched any of my previous videos about notebooks and stuff, I'm a big fan of paper and making sure that it actually feels nice. And once we take this cover off, we've got a nice plain black notebook, little gold details up here, which is quite cool. This company actually has a their slogan, I think it's on this little thing, is aiming to finally arrive at what should have existed all along, which I think is quite nice, quite poetic. But so it has 365 days. I think it's supposed to be, you know, a book that you could use as a journal every day. Now this is very, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it has nice faint little every month of the year, and then 1 through 31. So you could just mark, you know, circle, underline, highlight, do whatever for the particular days, and then you've got 365 pages to play with, basically. So yeah, let's start with we'll start with how it writes with just a mechanical pencil. Yeah, so just fill in one of the squares and then write what it was. So that's the mechanical pencil. It's quite nice. It just writes really, really well. There's no show through with that one, but I would be fairly surprised if there was any show through with the mechanical pencil in most. It would have to be very, very, very thin, like basically tracer paper almost, for it to show through. And I'm just going to do my rub out test just to see. Now this is a fairly standard, you know, PVC, no, not PVC, it's just a standard rubber, PVC free standard rubber. And there's not a lot of ghosting there. I'll be using the same pencil and the same rubber for most pages. Yeah, and there's barely any show through. It's quite nice. And then this is just a fairly standard, you know, Staples. You can see it's fairly standard felt tip pen. Nothing too crazy. Just trying to get the most generic felt tip that I could find. Now I have a feeling this one's going to show through a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of show through there. Nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. You could still easily use this other side. If you were going crazy with like drawings or writing, it might start to be a bit of an issue on that side, but nothing to worry about, I don't think. Now this is my new rot ring isograph. I'm not 100% sure. I'll just quickly write up. Oh yeah, there we go. There is ink in it. I thought I'd run the ink out yesterday. Now the ink that's in that one is fairly dark ink, but again, no show through there, so it's quite nice. Then we've just got a Pilot G2 ballpoint pen. Now I have a feeling, no, still no bleed through. That one is Venice. Now, Deli, how do you say this one? It's a food ball? Feud ball? Feud? Maybe?
It will probably have some ghosting.
So we'll see. Hang on, I gotta do the beauty blogger thing. Pick up on the writing almost. There it is. Feud ball 1.5. This is another kind of gel-ish ink. It is very inky, and it's, you know, it's a 1.5, so it's super thick, which is quite cool if you want to do some like awesome outlining or sketching or anything. Now that has some serious ghosting. It's got some show through, so that's probably the first one I would say that actually has any like proper bleed through or ghosting. And then I've got this I think they're Pilot Calligraphy, one second, Stadler, sorry, they're Stadler calligraphy pens. Now I need to, as you can see, I need to work on my calligraphy quite a bit, but I'll get there in the end. So I expect that one to have a fair bit of show through as well. Actually, no, it held up, the paper actually held up quite well against the calligraphy pen. That one I was almost sure would have one. And now I've got a Faber-Castell brush pen. It's the Pitt Artist pen, because again, trying to get as many different inks as I can. Brush. It's the same. It's quite good actually. So really, at the moment, the feud ball is the only one. Now this will be an interesting test. It is a Copic sketch marker. So we'll try with the bullet nib, or the brush nib. Sorry, I thought they had a bullet. I guess even the sketches have the brush. So try the brush, and then we'll also go with the just straight up. Hang on, get on there. There we go. Straight up chisel. Because I feel like the sorry, I can't write and talk that well. Yeah, so that one has gone straight through, and there's not really any surprises there. I figured that the paper that is this light, it's probably, I wonder if it says on there, I'm gonna guess it's about, no, it doesn't say. I would have thought it's probably about 80 GSM, maybe slightly thinner. Yeah, so I didn't really expect the paper to hold up to the Copic. Well, that's okay. We'll try a Tombow brush marker. That's the brush end, and then the bullet nib. Okay, so how did that one go? That one didn't have any bleed through, surprisingly. There's a smidgen of ghosting, but no real bleed through. And then we have a Posca paint pen. just to really kind of round things out. Give it a little bit of a shake up just to be sure we're going to get some stuff. There we go. Now I'm interested to see how it holds up to this one actually. It's actually pretty good, and I think it's because the paper itself isn't super absorbent. The alcohol marker of the Copic kind of went straight through it, and I think, I might be wrong, but I kind of get the feeling that, yeah, see, this is pigment ink. It's water and fade proof, so I think that the alcohol is just going kind of straight into the paper, whereas the paint, it's a little bit more resistant and it's sitting on top. It's not actually soaking through. So I think it's actually a really good, really good notebook. It's, like I said, the paper is really nice. I like that they give you this option, so it's not tied specifically into a year or a month. You can kind of start whenever and pick up whenever, really. It doesn't have to be, it'd be great for an everyday notebook because of that built-in dating system, or you could just not use it at all and it's just a perfect, awesomely thick grid notebook. The grid actually is numbered across the left-hand side. There's no numbers down the bottom or across any of the other axes. So if you were going to use it for graphing or anything like that, you'd have to write in your own down the bottom, but at least they give you those points across that left-hand side. And is it hours? Yes, it is. So it's 0 to 24, so you could technically use it for 24-hour time. So I'm really impressed with this notebook, and I think I'll definitely be using it in the near future to jot down some ideas, and the way it's set up to the calligraphy, I'll definitely be using it for its intended purpose, to practice my calligraphy. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. Hopefully this has been interesting and educational. You can watch out for more of these coming very soon. And I'm actually thinking of making my own notebooks, so let me know in the comments what sort of paper and sizes and all that sort of excellent stuff that you would like to see in your perfect notebook. Alright guys, I'll see you soon and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye!